Hey there. We're on one of the last adventures, the summer adventures of 2009. We're near Cle Elum, Central Washington, Cascades. We're going to head up to the Pacific Crest Trail tomorrow. Just got here and kind of got lucky. Took the bike. I'm pushing the envelope on the clothing, traveling lightly, and I anticipate getting cold. May even get snowed on, but we'll see. But I found a picnic table back here in the woods, which is nice. I found some local beer to try, a new flavor for me. We're gonna set the tent up over here. So I guess at least I'm relieved to find a place to set up and have a table here. It's always handy when you're getting ready for the backpack. It's Wednesday morning, September 16th. I'm in the Alpine Lakes wilderness, and this is Cooper Creek. Very beautiful water, clear. It's a slow-moving creek. You look down here, almost looks like a lake, just hardly moving at all. I was camped right next to it, and I didn't even know it was there because it wasn't making any noise at all. I thought that I would be telling of this trip without a baseball cap. I was pretty bummed when I unpacked and realized I didn't put a hat in there. 365 days a year I wear a hat, and I didn't bring one. But by golly, my wish was answered. I found a hat on the trail. This is my new hat. It's a little moldy. I might wash it off, I might not, but I can't believe it. It's great. And to have this sun here today is just even better. I can see the mountains up here another few more miles, and I'll be right up there with them. Jagged peaks. Sorry. There he goes. This is Pete Lake. Oh yeah. Big lake. Oh, look at there. Okay. Well, you can see that cloud bank just pouring over the mountains. Beautiful, look at that. Okay. Well, I've hiked about 6 miles today. Scored a new hat. And we're up close to these mountains now. I think that's Lemmy Mountain. Beautiful waterfall coming down. Look at that. You can see the edge of the clouds just kind of stopped right here. It's a common occurrence where the Pacific cloud formations kind of just get hung up here, and the east winds and the west winds battle it out, and if you're lucky you can be out of the pea soup, but I'm probably going to see a whole bunch of it tonight. I've decided to climb up onto the, well, I'm on the PCT right now, but I'm going to climb about 2,000 feet right now, and after that there's not going to be any water up there, so I had to stock up. Actually, I'm stocked up on this water here. I've got about 4 liters so that I can stop anytime in camp. Yeah, once I'm up there, it's a long stretch high up. I'll probably find some trickles here and there and snow, but I'm prepared to set down anywhere. That's a good feeling. I usually I don't do that, and just lately I've started. What else can I say? This is great. Wind's picking up. We're not quite up to the top of the 2,000 foot climb, but I wanted to capture this here because you can see the clouds are just going to envelop these peaks, and I think the sun is gone for the day, and probably for a few days. This one here, I climbed that about 4 or 5 years ago from the left side. And the ridge just over this ridge before those jagged peaks is Glacier Lake, and that peak there is Chickaman Peak. So we're getting up here. You can see the glaciers over there. Squeak! That's a pika. Squeak! Okay. Can you believe I still haven't gotten over the top of this ridge? And beautiful scenery here, as you can see, but this is it. This is where I'm stopping. It's probably 5 o'clock at least, 5:30. I've been hiking since 8. I feel pretty good. I don't feel like hiking any farther. Luckily, we've got a beautiful flat space here. There's a windbreak here, and I have a feeling that the wind comes up and doesn't quite hit me here. I expect to be buffeted tonight by the wind and probably the rain. The trail, Pacific Crest Trail's right there, and what I really wanted to do, and probably just over there is where the trail goes. I wanted to get on top and have a panoramic view, but I think I better take this spot here. What's even nicer is there's lots of the Alpine huckleberries everywhere, just delicious. All of these red colored leaves are the berries, and they've been frozen already, and they just taste fabulous. So I am gonna give you a view and set my tent up real quick before it starts to rain. When I came out into the open here, I had either a wolf, 2 or 3 wolves or coyotes howl. Probably wolves up this high. But here's the view, beautiful view. I saw a pileated woodpecker. This was all burned. It's been a while too. Some of the green Little trees are coming back, so can't really say when that happened. Yeah, this was a really hard hike up this hill. Took a lot out of me. I probably hiked about 10 miles today. Well, that was beautiful when the clouds weren't covering it up. That's Lemma Mountain. Yeah, you can see some of the other distant peaks. I saw trails closed down lower, and I can still see it smoking down there, and I guess I won't need to go down there. Well, we're set up. Actually, I'm set up. I say we're because I like to include whoever's watching my movies. So, we're set up, and I'm quite thankful to find this flat ground here. After climbing for 2 hours, I had no clue what was up here, and this was just exactly what I wanted. We got cold fast, and my back hurts. I'm a little sweaty, and I'm just feeling like chilled. So, man, I can't wait to get in there and make some tea and dinner. Okay, this is 7 o'clock in the morning, Thursday morning, and still right on the edge of the clouds. But then we got some blue skies over here. There's the sun coming up. 45 degrees right now. That's about the borderline for this sleeping bag. But I'll tell you what, I am glad that sun is gonna shine on me here. So I'm gonna warm up. We had some sprinkles last night, but yeah, it was kind of a chilly night. It's all good until you have to get up and pee. Then you lose all the heat out of that bag. I knew it. It's after 8 now, and that sun is not going to hit my tent for a long while. I can see Mount Rainier poking over. Where is it at? Oh, it's right in there. There we go. Yeah, I got tired of waiting in the tent for the sun to hit it, and well, I realize it's going to be probably another hour. This is a cool area. I love this granite rock. You can just wind your way through it. It's pretty easy going. You have a lot of cliffs. That's not a big one. There's a big one over here. There's my tent. Yeah, I can see the corner of it. It's just down there. Nope, not there. It's right in there. To the left, you can see it right there. But the sun's got to make its way over this ridge. I saw 2 hunters come through here. It's a great place to hunt. Nice and open. It's pretty high up. It's about as high as these animals can go. So again, we're dealing with these clouds. And my destination is that way. Also, we've got a low layer over here. That's probably these clouds, the same cloud bank that snuck through the I-90 pass. Well, I've got the sun now on the camping spot, drying my clothes in the tent fly, and haven't had breakfast or coffee yet. It's got to be after 9 now. One of the hunters fired 6 shots. I hope he missed, but I doubt it. You can see the clouds are breaking up. If this is an omen of how great this day is going to be, I'm loving it. That's all I have to say. There's the peak I climbed over there, nice and clear. That's Chickaman Peak, and you can see that stair step on the left. There's actually a chimney. There's a chimney, which is a crack in the rocks, deep enough to put a hot climb in. I missed that and had to climb up that stair step. I found the chimney going down. But I was so anxious and so full of adrenaline, I was only up at the top for 5 minutes. I just had to get back off. I was so nervous after climbing it. Beautiful over there. I have a song. It goes: a grouse, a snake, and a mouse. That is what I had for my breakfast. A grouse, a snake, and a mouse. A fully loaded clip with a bullet in the chamber. I had a grouse, a snake, and a mouse. Now my belly's happy with the breakfast I just ate. These jets must come through the same time. It was about the same time yesterday, but I didn't see it because the sound was like half a mile behind it. Anyway, it just came right up through this canyon here, low, you know, just like 100 feet. This is Escondido Lake. I think I got that guy. Just went right up through there. Well, this is where I was going to camp, but it's sort of off limits. This is a really good vantage point here. Down at the bottom you can see Waptis Lake, and that's a good mile long, that lake. Over there in the distance is Mount Stewart. I was there last year at Ingalls Lake, where I saw all the goats. Fabulous view over here. Mount Daniels. Just a spectacular clear day. And my destination is over in this area. That's called the Dutch Miller Gap. And it's really a dream of mine to go over there. It's been years. in the making. And if I can get there today, my dream will come true. I did tweak my back. I'm kind of working it out. I used, oh, that's a little painful. It's just below my right shoulder blade, so it's not a horrible place to tweak your back. But I'm hoping it doesn't get worse. I was able to kind of work it out a little bit. I intend, after I'm done up here, to come down and hike down this lake valley, and I'll have to go up over the ridge again. But the climb is only 1,200 feet as opposed to 2,200 feet going up the PCT. Well, we're gonna wrap up the hiking for the day. I've done enough. I started up the Dutch Miller Gap and found a little trickle of water across the trail, and there's a lake here. God damn it, and guess what? There's mosquitoes. I hope they go away. They're pretty damn hungry, man. But the water is just emanating from a small crack right up here. And that's where I got my drinking water. So, and you can see there's plenty of opportunities here for setting up. I'm over here in the grass. We just might get the sunrise. I like that because it was chilly. It's always colder in the morning. And if it's clear, it's going to be cold tonight. I'm wondering if there's a camping spot up here. There was an old trail coming up here, and actually fell over a tree, and a little tricky getting here. I walked across the side of the lake. It was a little easier. But I will definitely have privacy. Good chance of seeing some animals back here. And tomorrow, I think I'll do a day hike up the Dutch Miller Gap. Alright, it's Friday morning. Beautiful sunny morning. I can't say that I feel so beautiful. That pain in my back kept me up, and had some irritable bowels last night. I was just tossing and turning and snatching a 10-minute interval of sleep here and there, and finally I took some Tylenol, probably at 4 or 5, and slept till about 8:30. The sun hit the tent at about 8:30. Felt great. It wasn't really super cold last night. I had a small deer right at the front of my tent, all around my tent last night. I could hear it sniffing my tent, eating the grass, and I did see it over here. And then it came back again. It was a little too dark to take any photos. So we're in this little bowl, like a meadow, and inside this bowl, my guess is there's so much snow coming through here and rain that the trees can't grow here. Really quiet, beautiful night last night. I found a hunter's stash. It's an old stove there. Probably, there's a fire pit there. Probably about 30 years ago, this was the main trail through here, the Cascade Crest Trail. Came through this Dutch Miller Gap. The trail's very faint. All of these signs are very faint. I was glad to find this little spot. I'm sure there's tons of them, but it was a very quick escape from hiking and carrying that pack yesterday. So, man, if I don't get going today, it's going to be another one. Another long one. A little further down here, the water comes out of the rocks. And this is really a gem here. This lake. Not much of a lake, but real pretty. There's some deer tracks here in the mud. I had a big deer, huff and puff. Here goes a frog. Yeah, he found a good hiding spot. The trail goes up through here. Really not much of a trail, just an old, more of an animal trail now. But this sure was nice to find. I'm not sure if I'm on a false trail right now or not. It's split back there at a broken bridge. I see something here, and I guess I'll follow it. We're in the Dutch Miller Gap, and man, I could spend days here. The problem is that it takes days to get here. There is a back way around the other side, and I think that's also like 11 miles, but the drive is a whole lot farther. Right now one of those fighter jets should come through and I'd get them on tape. They zoom through these mountains flying sideways, and it's just really disturbing. I don't know how else to put it. Well, I think we're in the pass, but it sure came up fast. It was just above that last lake. There's some bear droppings over here, some tarns, lots of fresh ripe berries up here. Well, you see it drops back down. Really nice meadows up here. I haven't seen any bears. It's a little surprising. Oh yeah, this is nice here. Well, it wasn't much farther from where I set up last night. Quite a bit more of an elevation gain, maybe another 300 or 400 feet. I would have liked to have spent the night up here. I wanted to get right up in the top of it. But I'm here without the pack. Kind of feels good hiking without that. Look, we got that water coming down. There must be ice lakes and glaciers up there. I was just camped right on the other side of this. It was just on the other side there. Not much farther. This looks like a pretty steep drop up ahead. Beautiful. You can see some high clouds forming. It's really amazing. I've had these sunny days, 2 sunny days in a row. Was the first day sunny. It's a dream come true. This is Dutch Miller Gap. Yeah, I guess this is it. This is as far as I'm going. You can see how steep this drop is here. There's Von Am Gap going that way. Well, I guess I can focus on heading back out now. These clouds are a little ominous, and the wind. This is a really pretty scene here. Got the water coming down from up there, come through here, down through here, down these rocks, all the way down, then feeds that lake. Isn't that beautiful? Down at the bottom of Waptis Lake, I came from right up there. That's where I was this morning, and hiked through these woods here. And it's a beautiful peak here. Look at that. More than one peak. I don't know what those are. I was just below and I couldn't even see those. Couldn't see those at all until now. I can actually see the trail zigzagging up that slope there. Well, I think I need to be right up there tomorrow. And what I'd like to do is get across to the other side. There's a trail and a creek, I hope. We're going to go over here and take a look. Well, there's no log jam that I can see. I see a log way down there. I'm just going to cross here. Can't be more than knee deep. Easy crossing. Just have to take my boots and socks off. And I'm thinking there's a trail just over here. The crossing was great. It was a little bit higher than my knee. Not as cold as I expected, and actually it was easier than the standard crossing farther down. All of this vegetation smoothed it right out. It was not bad at all. I saved a little under a mile of hiking. Well, this didn't turn out as I expected over on this side. I've been back and forth looking for water where I intended to camp. Crazy Creek should be called Dry Creek. So I'm exhausted. I am so tired. I'm going to take my sleeping pill tonight after only 3 hours of sleep. 10 miles of hiking today. I'm just exhausted. But there we are. Flat spot up here. And there's some water running down there. It's Saturday morning, and is that better? Saturday morning, We had rain this morning, not too heavy. Trying out some rain gear. These pants are great. The boots are Gore-Tex, the pants are Gore-Tex. This is Gore-Tex. There's no escaping the sweat. I'm sweaty on the inside. We're up in the pass. I've climbed 1,200 feet. Nice, you can see there's some blue sky. We're heading this way. I think it's all downhill from here, about 8 miles back to the motorcycle. No more back pain. I'm feeling pretty good. This is Waptis Pass, and there's a lot of trees, and then some sparse areas here, meadows over here. I wanted to camp here, but I guess it's good I didn't. There are a lot of hunters up here, big hunting camps. We're just heading off in this direction and slowly going to head back down to Peat Lake. The wet forest does have a different kind of charm to it, I must say. Well, I'm coming back into the valley that I came up originally. See some of these higher mountains over here? You've got Peat Lake down here. Right back there. Yeah, I'm about halfway done hiking for the day. Back here at the campsite, wrapping up a 40-mile hike. Pretty soaked. Gonna have a little fire, dry my feet, warm them up. Got the tent right here. It's a same old picnic table. And there's the motorcycle.